Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back to Fat Cat Collections. And today I want to share with you guys a fragrance by the house of Source Adage. And this is the fragrance right here. They were nice enough to send me a sample pack of their scented waxes, which they use in their candles, and those same fragrances are used, or same notes are used in their scented candles. And they have 3 different fragrances in their lineup. Their Eau de Parfum Concentration, and they sent me those 3 samples and a full bottle of Monto'ac, and I believe I'm saying that correctly. This is a relatively, I'd say, undiscovered house because I don't see a lot of talk about this anywhere on the internet. It's hardly on YouTube, so I'm excited to share with you guys. So right off the bat, this fragrance is a very green fragrance. Well, before we get on to the notes of the fragrance, let me just show you the bottle. Very basic bottle. You have a basic plastic cap, nothing really to write home about with the bottle. It basically looks like an old Jacquard Noir bottle or something like that, or preferred stock almost. Very basic, black. It is slightly see-through. It's not completely frosted black, but there is a little bit of a translucent quality to it. And you have a pretty decent sprayer, puts out a lot of spray, and you can tune it down if you don't press as hard, so that's kind of nice. And of course your cap with the Source Adage logo on top, NYC. This is where his company, or his fragrance house, is based out of. Now, first and foremost, before I tell you notes, what I smell right off the bat, when I sprayed it on some paper and smelled it, I get a lot of sage. And if you like sage-based fragrances, or fragrances with a lot of sage, then you are going to love this fragrance. Like I said, right off the bat, that's what you get a big blast of sage. Now, I have not worn this yet. I did spray it on my arm yesterday just to kind of see how it smells, but it was so overwhelming on the sage, I decided to wear something else that night. I am going to try it tonight, wear it down to my local drinking hole, and kind of see how the fragrance changes. I might even wear it to work tomorrow. I was going to wear it to work today, but I just didn't want to just go right off the bat and do that, because sometimes, you know, at least at home, if it's something that turns out I don't like, which is pretty rare, I can scrub her off. But at work, I'm stuck with it, and so are all my coworkers. So now, another thing about this fragrance, before I tell you notes, this fragrance smells remarkably familiar to me. Not exactly familiar, but there is a similarity between this and this. And this is Banana Republic Slate. This is a ginger and sage-based fragrance. Those are the only 2 notes, to my knowledge, in this fragrance. And this is one that I tend to wear because sometimes if I'm going to get in bed, I'm going to start my weekend, just want something that smells good but not too overwhelming. I'll wear this because this one here doesn't really, it's not cloying. It's not something that is really going to stick or last on you. And this is a very safe fragrance, ginger and sage. Now, although this one here, Monto'ac, does not have ginger in it, it is very, very similar to Banana Republic. So if you like Banana Republic Slate, you're going to love Monto'ac, just based on how strong the sage note is in this. Now, for me, I'm hoping something like the sage note, or that the sage note in this dries down more and becomes not so in your face, because it really is pretty much all I smell when I smell this fragrance, just spraying it on paper. So we're going to find out as I come back and re-review the product and give you guys updates. That's kind of how I like to review fragrances. I don't always like to just come out there and just do a spray on paper review, but today I decided to do one like this. So stay tuned. I will come back and re-review this fragrance at a later date. Alright, so the notes in the fragrance are actually, it's not clary sage like in Banana Republic, but it's actually silver sage, native white grape, oak moss, musk, green tobacco leaves, and well-worn leather, a harmonious scent for the spirit and the soul. So, like I said, right off the bat, guys, I don't really get any leather out of it. I don't get anything else but just a lot. I will say maybe some of that white grape I could definitely pick out of that, but it's definitely, again, heavy on the sage. So that's really all I can really tell you guys about it right now. I mean, I have to really wear it to see if that sage note dries down. And although Banana Republic is one that I picked up, of their 3 in their line in this particular bottle, it's my least favorite. I'm just not a huge fan of sage. It's something that I don't, like I said, I'll wear this one, but you can see I bought this several years ago and there's not much gone. It's not one that really does much for me. I tend to be more into fragrances that are a little bit more daring and unique and warm, and this is a very, very green fragrance. Again, not a bad fragrance, but you're going to have to really like that sage note if this is something you're going to want to purchase. Price on this for about 50 mils. 50 mils is about $150. So I definitely encourage you to click the link in the description. Check out their website. Check out the other notes. And let me know what you guys think if you own this fragrance. Share your opinion. And stay tuned for the re-review in a couple weeks. Alright guys, thanks again for watching and take care.